The job is not done. Hold on for dear life for the next moonshot. We also got Larry Fink doubling down. The next era of finance isn't coming.
XRP.
It's already here.
They try to shake me out, but I was born ready. Dropping down the price, then I'll be getting plenty. They want all your bags and they want all them empty.
Welcome back to some more Moon O'Clock news. Good glitches. Shout out to the latest sub. Also, make sure to do your own research. And nothing in this video is financial advice. We got one from Monica Long last month. We announced RLUSD live on the African continent, and today so is Ripple custody through our partnership with ABSA Bank, one of South Africa's leading financial institutions. All roads lead to the bridge. Bank XRP, Ripple, Garlinghouse policy, innovation, and the future of global finance at DCENT 2025.
Well, I'm very excited for this conversation. Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, an absolute powerhouse, I think, both in the digital asset space and now in the Washington, D.C. space as well.
A lot has changed. And 1 year ago, I was on this stage and I was thinking about how much has changed even in that year, and it's profound.
I mean, that's what happens when a new administration comes into town, particularly one that had such a stark difference in crypto. I do want to start, though, as a Capitol Hill reporter, back a little bit with market structure. Obviously, you were listening with the last panel and kind of their assessment on things. Kind of sounds like this might be able to get done, perhaps not this year. But I'm kind of curious what you've been hearing, because Ripple, again, has become such a major player, I think, in politics on the Hill. What is your read of the tea leaves?
Well, I think one of the outcomes of having been the tip of the spear in the Biden administration's attack on crypto through the SEC is it kind of elevated Ripple's position. Even a year ago, sitting on this different building but stage, the SEC at that time was appealing the loss, and we were kind of continuing down this journey of the attack on crypto, and so we and many others in the industry always got more active in Washington, and it's I think profound to have such a pro-crypto Congress. The Clarity Act passed the House with like 78 Dems coming over to support a Republican bill, which I think is indicative of the desire for these technologies to be embraced. Ripple certainly will continue to be active. I don't know how to handicap the Senate, what's going on in the Senate with the Clarity Act, their version of the Clarity Act on the Senate side. I've listened to some of the earlier panels with interest on that. It's always hard to know, particularly during a government shutdown, like how that's going to play out. But look, I remain optimistic. The industry needs what Ripple has already achieved, which is clarity. And we had to get clarity through a $150 million lawsuit and a federal judge. But we think the whole industry should have that same clarity. And so we've been fighting for that, and we'll continue to do so.
Subject views, Justin, IMF Managing Director, accept reality. Fiat money is moving digital.
But generally, you tell them to embrace it?
I'm telling countries, accept reality. Fiat money is moving digital. The developments in crypto, both unbacked and backed, they're happening with exponential speed. So yeah, you can try to lock your country away from this. Good luck with it. So yes, I'm telling my members, understand it and then decide for yourself how you're going to operate in this world. But do not close your eyes to reality.
XIF Crypto, Tom Bruni, Ripple's XRP and ETH are the two top altcoins everyone's watching for confirmation. Are we about to witness that big green candle?
What would you say the top 3 cryptos are right now if we look at where attention is focused?
Yeah, that's a great question. Obviously, Bitcoin, I think regardless of how it's performing relative to altcoins, it will always be a core portion of people's portfolios. It just might shrink over time. Like I said, Ethereum and Ripple are two of the altcoins that people are watching for that confirmation of a new breath of momentum coming into this market.
Ondo Finance, the world's largest asset manager, sees tokenization as the next frontier. We're just at the beginning of the tokenization of all assets, from real estate to equity to bonds across the board. Larry Fink, CEO of BlackRock. The next era of finance isn't coming. It's already here.
I do believe we're just at the beginning of the tokenization of all assets, from real estate to equities, the bonds, across the board. There's $4.1 trillion of money sitting globally in digital wallets. A lot of that money is outside the United States. If we could tokenize a ETF, digitize that ETF, we could have investors who are just beginning to, invest in markets through, let's say, crypto. They're investing in it, but now we could get them into the more traditional long-term retirement products. So we look at that as the next wave of opportunity for BlackRock over the next tens of years, as we start moving away from traditional financial assets by repotting them in a digital manner, and then having people stay in that digital ecosystem.
We got one from Stellar. Ondo's USDY on Stellar enables lending and borrowing, cash management and payments, all well earning yield.
Ondo and Stellar are pioneering the next natural evolution of stablecoins and real-world assets. True. This is meaningful because USDY means a few things. Number one, it allows holders to benefit from on-chain dollars, but dollars that earn yield daily. It also combines the global accessibility and utility of stablecoins with the investor protections, yield, and transparency of traditional institutional finance. It does all of this while remaining composable and permissionless, meaning that anyone can hold USDY. And with Stellar's growing DeFi ecosystem, USDY is a perfect fit. It is a more cost-effective asset for lending and borrowing, cash management, payments is a giant use case, all while earning yields or token holders.
Flare Networks just 3 weeks in, 20 million XRP has been minted, with half already put in work. Flare Networks DeFi, how do you see this evolving as institutions start to on board?
So the early numbers are telling us that a lot of the FXRP is actually going either into like the collateral pools for the specific agents, or they're generally being deposited into Kinetic. So we're seeing large demand on the borrow lend side and the agent collateral side. I do think eventually we'll get to this kind of state of where most of our retail users and institutions have onboarded their XRP, and people will look into the DeFi ecosystem or further and further into the DeFi ecosystem to build strategies to generate yield.
We got Altcoin Gordon, XRP back above a key level, holding on for the moonshot. Job is not done. Do you understand? Charting guy says XRP is not bearish in the slightest. It's extra bullish. We got the Moon Carl. The bear trap is almost over. The next phase, full parabolic run. The longer they take, the higher we keep climbing on that XRP. Richlets, appreciate you stopping by. Make sure to smash that likey on the way out to boost up those algorithms. And if you missed yesterday's video, click the link above you to get caught up. Later, glitches.